Hey guys, this is Alex from Central Florida Enthusiast. I'm going to be giving my full analysis on Icebreaker at SeaWorld. So first things first, let's start with the stats for this ride. It's going to stand at 93 feet tall with a beyond vertical spike launching backwards. It will feature 4 launches and it will have an 80-foot tall top hat element and a little over 2,000 feet of track. So first thing I gotta talk about is that beyond vertical spike. This is actually a very rare element. I did a little poking around on RCDB and I was only able to find one coaster that has a beyond vertical spike, but it's not launched into it. It's essentially just a lift hill, and it's a shuttle coaster. Same lift hill mechanism that you can find on a Vekoma Boomerang. But as far as I can tell, this is the only one in the world that launches you, from what I've seen, as far as I know of. That's gonna be a cool element. I feel like there's gonna be some pretty okay hang time, and not really hang time, but maybe a little in the back row. But with that being said, I feel like it's going to feel very similar to the backwards launch on a Skyrocket 2. So like if you're familiar with those, that launching backwards into the non-inverting loop, I feel like it's going to feel similar to that, maybe a little bit more extreme. So as far as the 4 launches go, the launch straight is probably not going to be too terribly long. I think it's actually going to be a very small launch straight. So that's actually going to leave a lot of room for acceleration, like a really good acceleration. That's Alex Brewer approved. I think if you've ridden an Intamin launch coaster and you've ridden a Mach launch coaster, I think this is going to be like the nice happy middle ground. It's not going to be as punchy as an Intamin launch, but it's not going to be as forceless as a Mach launch. Yeah, and then for it being a swing launch, I like those. Those are fun. They're nothing intense. They're fun. And I mean, the launches is not the focus of this ride. I think airtime is really the big focus on this ride. That's why they're not putting a holding brake on the top of the top hat. You're going to take that top hat at full 52 miles an hour, and they're going for airtime. Now, as far as that top hat goes, that's going to be an awesome element. You're going to be hitting that thing at 52 miles an hour. It's going to have some really good airtime, I feel like. And I really think that's really what this ride is going to be all about, is airtime and some laterals. As far as the 2 opposing step-ups on both sides of the launch, more specifically the one going into the beyond vertical spike, you're probably going to be getting airtime going backwards on that thing. That's, correct me if I'm wrong. Please post a comment down below if I'm wrong. You're going to be getting airtimes going backwards, and I think that's one of the first. This is one of the first coasters to do that. That's honestly kind of insane. I mean. That's gonna be awesome. But that's probably one of my most anticipated elements on this ride. And I mean, it's a premiere, so premiere, they know how to do airtime. And I mean, like I said, this ride is going to be all about the airtime. But overall, I mean, this is such a perfect fit for SeaWorld Orlando. I mean, I can't stress enough just how much of a perfect fit this is. I mean, they needed a major family coaster. That was one of the biggest things they needed. And obviously, the biggest, most obvious gap in their lineup was a launch coaster. And they also kind of needed another roller coaster, something other than B&M. I mean, it is a park that's all about big B&Ms. And it is, in my opinion, the best collection of B&Ms. But I think it's about time that they get something from another manufacturer. So this literally fills in every single thing they needed. This section of the park is such a perfect fit. I mean, there's really nothing major that brought crowds over to that section of the park. Pretty much everything is on the opposite side of the lake, with the exception of Mako, but even still, that's still on the other side of the lake. There was really nothing coaster-wise towards the back of the park. So this is a good fit. Perfect addition. I love the name. It's a great name. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Alex from Central Florida Enthusiast. If you're, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you already are, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date with everything we do. If you like this video, give us a like, and also don't be afraid to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of Icebreaker. Anyways, this is Alex checking out. Bye.